So you're studying for the SAT Math Level 2 subject test. You've come to the right place. I'm Dan from WeWillTeachYouMath.com. Guys, when you're using these videos to study, make sure you pause the video at the beginning when the problem first comes on the screen and try it on your own. Most of your practice should be done this way, actively and independently. Then, if after you try the problem on your own, you still find it tricky, that's when you watch the video explanation. In fact, you can use any resources that you have available to you to try to figure it out so that the next time a similar problem comes your way, you'll be ready. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.
29. What is the probability of getting at least 3 heads when flipping 4 coins? So when you're doing a probability question where the events are independent, like coin flips, you can treat each flip as its own separate probability. So the probability of getting heads or tails is obviously 50-50, right? That's a coin flip. So if we're going to do that 4 times and we want to know the probability of getting at least 3 heads on 4 flips, we need to consider 2 cases. That is the probability of getting 3 heads, exactly 3, and the probability of getting 4 heads. And then when we have those 2 numbers, that's a 4, we'll add those together. So what's the probability of getting, let's actually do 4 first because it's quite a bit easier. In order to get 4 heads out of 4 flips, you have to get heads every time. There's only really one way to do that, right? You have to get heads, then heads, then heads, then heads. 3 is a little trickier because we don't know when it happened that you didn't get heads, right? There's probably a few different ways to do that. You could go heads, 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 tails, heads, heads, tails, heads, and you can already probably, and this might just be your method. You might actually just list out the different ways if this comes naturally to you. If it doesn't, I'll give you another way to approach this. But basically there's 4 possibilities for where the tails could have happened, and that represents the 4 different ways that you could get exactly 3 heads out of 4. And that's 5 different ways. And the total number of ways you could flip 4 coins is, there's 2 possible outcomes for a coin flip. So it's 2 to the 4th for 4 flips. And that's 16 ways. So the probability is 5 of those 16 ways give you at least 3, and there's 16 total. So C is the best choice. Another way, and I don't know if it's fast enough for the test, but you might consider actually drawing out the whole sample space. So initially, before you do any flips, you start here, and then after your first flip, you can either get heads or tails. And then depending on where you are, you're going to do another flip, you could either get a heads or a tails. Same if you already got tails, heads or tails. And you can expand this out for 4 flips. And I'm not going to draw the whole thing out. I think you get the point. But what's cool about this is you don't necessarily have to consider every single situation. For example, let's take that top path. If you went heads, 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 it doesn't matter what the 4th flip is because you've already got at least 3. So you just have to know that there's 2 more branches here, and you say good, good. And then if you go heads, heads, tails, you know the next one needs to be heads for you to be good. If it's not, it's tails. That's not 3. And if you do this whole map out, you'll see that there's 16 outcomes ultimately, and exactly 5 of them meet the criteria that we need. So I should confirm that's 5 out of 16.
Hi, thanks for watching. If anything's still confusing or you need a little extra help, drop me an email, leave a comment, or give me a call. I answer every message. And if you want to check out more videos like this, visit WeWillTeachYouMath.com. See you in the next video.